I think it's over in the hotel.
Welcome back to the Golf Fix. One of my favorite things to watch on social media is players hitting big, giant slices. It's a guilty pleasure. They come in all shapes and sizes. That big banana ball is all over the place. However, if it happens in your own game, it's not quite as fun. So let's talk about if you have a square club face and that's gotten fixed, and if you don't have a low point problem and that's better, why are you slicing? For almost all of my students, it becomes a matter of a false premise on how to create speed and power, and or sometimes just when they try to hit it a little bit harder. So let's talk about how to create speed still the correct way without coming over the top, without causing a slice. And a lot of that stems from starting the downswing with the big muscles. And so what I'll see with a lot of players is they'll go back, and because they're holding the club with their hands and their shoulders are connected to their arms, they're gonna use a lot of upper body at the beginning, whether it's their arms or their hands, or even sometimes the club head first. All are gonna cause the club to get outside. What we wanna do is change that pattern, start from the ground up. And I got a great drill for you right now. You're gonna take 2 alignment sticks. I'm gonna set the driver down for a moment. You're gonna stick 1 through your belt loops. This is really gonna help indicate where your hips are moving and where they are relative to your shoulders. So I'm gonna stick that through my belt loops, put this on my shoulders. We're gonna set up. And a lot of times when a player slices, they'll get to the top of the swing and the upper body might almost catch up to the lower body, halfway down. We wanna feel like the upper body is simply getting dragged by the lower. So you're gonna make a nice turn, you're gonna shift, and even when you start to turn, you're gonna feel like your shoulders are simply just getting dragged by the lower. So the shoulders are just along for the ride. You're really feeling like the legs are the dominant force in this swing. The shoulders are just there and they're getting pulled through. So the hips are pulling the shoulders. Once you got that idea down, you can set your alignment sticks, and I want you to then feel the small muscles, the wrist doing a lot of the work, and the order is gonna be lower body and wrist. Almost everyone that tries to create power with their shoulders and arms is gonna come over the top. So I want you to just choke down a little bit on your club, and I just want you to get the feel of creating a lot of speed through impact. You're gonna go about waist high and think just wrist. Waist high, just wrist. One more time. Waist high, just wrist. Now we're gonna combine the two, okay? We're gonna combine the two here. We're gonna feel like we create a lot of power still, but we're gonna feel like we do it with our legs and our wrists. So that way we're not saying, hey, swing softer. We're saying, hey, you can still swing with some speed. Let's just change those power sources. So we're gonna go set up, legs are gonna drag the shoulders, wrists at the bottom. And you'll actually hear more swoosh, more noise than you probably would normally. So let's do that one more time. Take your setup, back, legs drag the shoulders, and then wrist. So I'm feeling in my mind like I'm just using my legs and just using my wrist. Now, we all know if we're really used to using a lot of shoulders and a lot of arms, you're still gonna have some of that in your swing, but the feel is you're taking that completely out and you're just using your shoulders or your legs and your wrists. So let me demonstrate here. Set up, legs and wrists. Love it, right down the middle. I felt like I was just using my legs and my wrists. Obviously, I was using my arms and my shoulders too, but that's the feel, especially if you're coming outside and over the top. Whenever you want speed, we're gonna feel like we're using more legs and wrists, not like we're just taking everything away. So just change power sources and you'll still have plenty of speed without coming over the top. Now, one of my favorite sayings in the golf swing for people that have too much speed at the beginning or feel like they're not saving their speed is the longer you wait, the more speed you create. And who's better with the tempo and the timing and the rhythm than Freddie Couples? Such a great swing. You can really see it's almost like he pauses at the top, but he's always still moving. It's so fluid, such a great little move, and he's really waiting to create that speed. Effortless power. They always say that he's going to tempo town all day long, and I couldn't agree more. Freddie Couples is a great guy to watch if you want to learn how to feel like you're waiting to crack that whip. And now, for more ways to stop slicing, it's time to prepare to perform, presented by Woo. Fitness can be an excellent way to stop the slice. A lot of times when people are very limited with their motion, I see this. I'll see them limit their turn going back, so they'll have a short turn. I'll see them incapable of separating, so instead of being able to use their legs first, everything will really move together. And then as they follow through, they can't extend their spine very well, and so they hit down, they finish like this. All 3 of those motions are terrible for stopping the slice, so let's talk about how we can counteract that with some exercises. Really important to learn how to move in all those different motions. And the first one's gonna be separation of the upper and lower body side to side with the lower body. So all of these are gonna keep our upper body still, and you're gonna move your lower body. So lower body's gonna first move laterally, only. When you do this, I don't want to see you tipping this way or this way. It might take a little bit of time. It's okay if this is hard at first. You might even have a wall in front of you that you're holding. That's okay too. If you want to hold the wall and feel side to side, and then once it's easy, take the wall away and stabilize your upper. Once you've gotten good at that, I want you to practice rotating your lower body without rotating your upper body. This is going to kind of be that second part. Can you rotate your lower without your upper? From there, I also want you to work on extending the spine. So you're going to go from flexion, bend over, to extension. Flexion here, extension. Now, we're going to put these together. I want you to see how this looks. So you're going to go back, you're going to laterally separate, you're going to rotationally separate, and you're going to extend the spine. This is going to make it a lot easier to not slice. This position all day long is what we're looking for. Now, if I make a swing here and you can see the difference, I'm going to go back, separate laterally, rotate, extend, stay more behind it. If I do that with my body, it's immediately going to put the club in a more inside shallow position, much easier already to stop slicing. So I'm going to feel that here. I'm going to try to nail those pieces, the feelings I just had. The more you can do it when you work out, the better it's going to transfer when you play. Love that. Finished on balance. I can see my stomach is in front of my head. I have some spine extension. I let my lower body lead. My shoulders stay behind. And that type of fitness exercise is going to make it so much easier for you to do all the things that you want in your swing. So lateral motion, rotational separation, and spine extension. If you can do those motions, you can work that out. It's going to be way, way easier to swing the club the way you want and get rid of that slice once and for all.